Hi besties, you're welcome back to my channel. My name is Reality Pearl. Thanks for joining me yet again for another review of The Young, Famous and African Season 1, Episode 4. If you're new here, let me just tell you, okay? I make reviews of my favorite reality TV shows with a lot of loud laughter, positivity, and a little bit of shade. So go on and subscribe, like, and comment if this is the kind of content that you love. Thank you. Now let's get into it. Queen Bonang. So Bonang invited Annie out to her fort to get to the bottom of things and to also get to know her. I like that she's taking her time to get to know some people away from the group. I like that she's making that effort, okay? She also, at the same time, wants to get some tea. She asked Annie what happened. What's happening with Annie and Swanky? I want to know the details. Finally, Annie decides to say, let me just say it now, okay? It's not my head that Annie and Swanky will use to drink Gary. If you don't understand what I mean by that, like, these people are trying to confuse us, okay? And they're not going to confuse me. But I will just reiterate what Annie said, just for the sake of this recap. Annie told Bonang that she planned all night with Swanky how to host their castmates in Lagos. I mean, show them the Las Giddy life, okay? Give them the Lagos party, because ain't no party like a Lagos party, you know? Swanky, after a whole night's planning, decided it was not the best idea. She said Swanky told her, this is not the right time. Let's leave it. Okay, let's not do it now. And then fast forward some days later, he had everybody flying to Lagos to party, the same party that he planned with Annie. And he said, even down to the details, everything they agreed they were going to do, that was what Swanky did. But he did it alone. And he didn't invite Annie. According to Bonang, something is not adding up. Like the maths ain't matching. Some things are not being said. Personally, until they are ready to say the whole thing and nothing but the truth, I have nothing to say about this. Moving forward, Zari joined them on the boat and, of course, champagne and conversations were flowing, but still on the Annie and Swanky issue. Annie played that voice note that Swanky sent to her and she told them that she thinks that voice note is fake. She said, I know my friend. This is not Swanky. She said she doesn't believe that the same person that embarrassed her, a whole two Baba's wife in front of... I'm sorry, this part got me. She said to Baba's wife in front of the people will turn around and cry, shake over a voice note. So she said because of that, she didn't respond. Like I said, I'm not speaking on this. Zari asked Annie, but what happened, Annie? What really happened? And as usual, Annie said, I don't know. He's your friend. Why not ask him? The same thing. Evade. Zari was like, okay, since you will not tell me, let me tell you what Swanky said. She went on to tell them that Swanky told her that he was the one that introduced Annie to the Johannesburg crowd. And now she's feeling brand new. I didn't hear this part, okay? I didn't hear this part. Maybe he said it, but I didn't hear it, okay? Tell me, guys, if you heard it in the comment section. It feels like they just love to garnish the gossip, to make it sweeter, something like that. We will soon know, okay? We'll soon know who is lying in all of this. But I feel like Zari is happy to stoke the flames. This is my own opinion. I feel like she's happy about the whole situation. While all of this is happening, we're also seeing Swanky in another scene with the girls. Swanky is hanging with the other ladies, Kanyi, Nadia, and Kaylee. He's also talking about Annie, and his situation with Annie. He told them about the voice notes. He said, he just wanted to reach out and blah, 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 even though they're not in good terms, but that she didn't respond. And they were all very surprised. Why are you guys surprised? Like, haven't you seen how Swanky has been treating Annie all this while? She has not even replied Kanye. It seems like the ladies, especially Kanye and Nadia, seems like they're pitching their tent with Swanky. Nadia felt like Annie was only cool with them when their common enemy was Zari. But now it's Swanky and she feels like she doesn't need them anymore. I think Kanye also felt the same way. She said in so many words that Annie is selfish and just cares about herself. Moving forward, back on the boat, Zari was like, Kanye is a snake. She says a lot about supporting each other as queens, but when she had the opportunity to support her, she just sat there and watched everyone attack her. She said Kanye can be trusted. It's getting messier for me. Zari needs to take a break on the Kanye slander. It's enough. I don't think she was, if I remember clearly, I don't think she was really that innocent. All of you are snakes then. And if you ask me, Zari is the bigger snake because she is the one that would smile at your face and stab you in the back. I can still get over that scene where she was looking Annie in the face and talking bad about Annie. I can't still get over that scene. Maybe Kanye is a snake, but you're the bigger snake. Now, moving forward, Su Baba and Annie were catching up with some other friends. Let me tell you. Let me tell you what Annie was thinking when Nadia walks in. She was like, I don't die, Abaseng bang. What's this girl wearing? This girl wearing around my husband. She probably wants to take my husband from me. Did you guys see her reaction? Like, did you see her face when Nadia walked in? That was funny. I'm just kidding. Don't mind me. Moving forward, someone put up this post on Twitter and said, this is Andile. So yeah, they were talking about marriage. And of course, because of what Andile said, they started talking about marriage. And Two-Face said the way he looks at marriage is like a business negotiation. Everybody must just say what they want. He said, I just want to. And he said, babe, you're cursing. And the guy just said he likes to have sex. That's what he said. He wasn't cursing. Listen. He said, I'm going to make love to who I love. Whenever nature calls for sex, I'm going to answer it. Annie is not a fool. She knows this about her husband. And I think she's cool with it. She just didn't want her man to open his mouth. And especially with the cameras rolling, she couldn't believe it. I mean, the embarrassment and honest disbelief, it was captured. Annie was like, is this what you believe? Are you speaking in general? He said, it's what he believes. Otilo. My people, it is finished. She said again, is that you or what you believe? What the hell? Everyone on that table was actually trying to salvage the situation. And it was as though it was making it worse. At this point, we just wanted Two-Face to keep quiet. Like, because the guy just kept digging the grave deeper and deeper for himself. He was trying to clarify his statements, but it wasn't getting any better. And maybe Nadia was poking a little, but them saying Nadia was being disrespectful is utter rubbish, okay? Like the kind of confidence that he had saying that, you would tell that that is what he believed. And let me tell you, there's no difference between what a man believes and what he is. There's nothing like, is that what you believe or is that who you are? They are not two different things, okay? Like there's no saying he embarrassed. I mean, the second-hand embarrassment I got from watching this was very intense. I couldn't even imagine how Annie felt. At some point, she had to leave. We have to just move forward. Let's move forward. Moving forward, Swanky brought some of the ladies and Louis together. He said he needed to introduce Bonang and Louis. After the pleasantries, Bonang asked Louis, so what do you do? Let's go straight to the point, okay? Let's stop beating about the bush. How do you know me? Louis explained what happened at that time. He said, of course, the same things that he has been saying, how he forgot to confirm Bonang's room. Of course, because Bonang didn't have an accommodation, she had to fly back to South Africa. So Bonang said, oh, so it wasn't because I didn't have flowers that I left. So it wasn't my fault that I left, okay? You know, she was just, putting it out there to clear things up. She's a very professional person and she wouldn't, just walk out on a job because she doesn't have flowers. Swanky swapping stories, just to try to create drama or something is something I don't understand. The show is full of drama, enough drama already. He didn't have to. But another person that's swapping stories is Zari. She told Swanky what Annie said about the voice notes, and Bonang finished the whole story. She said all of the things that Annie said. Swanky was like, okay, let me just say what happened. He brought this idea to Annie. He was the one that came up with the idea. It wasn't like Annie, brought the idea to. He said it was his idea. And the day he called Annie's manager to, iron out some things, coincidentally, Annie called almost immediately. So the manager was like very excited to link them up and finalize the plans. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't know. Annie started the call with, hey, I know you like Swanky, but I think I want to do this event alone. She said a whole lot of other things that he wouldn't repeat and that the manager went ahead to mute him. Still, this story is not complete. We would want to know what happened between the planning, and the execution of this party that made Annie change her mind. What happened? And whose plan was it really? Also, what did Annie really say that was really bad about your person? What was so horrible? What was it really? I would like to know. And I think I'm speaking for everyone when I say that. Swanky asked Zari if she's okay with Fanta having her fling with Diamond. Zari said she has no problem, with it, but she hopes he doesn't pull a Nadia on her. She was like, the thing is, when I'm around Diamond, other females don't exist. Oh my God, that was not even necessary, okay? She went ahead to ask Fanta, how would you feel if Diamond was here, being all cozy with me? Fanta was like, she wouldn't care, as she should, okay? Zari was not like, oh, you don't even like him. Zari needs to act her age, okay? What would you then say to someone who is in a full relationship with this guy? She shouldn't have given it her time at all. That's what she should have done. I really had to give her that bombastic side eye because what the hell? Fanta said, first of all, have you seen me? Before watching this show, before watching this episode, I felt that Fanta was just doing too much. And, almost every comment I saw was bashing Fanta. And right now, I'm beginning to wonder why. Is it the same show I'm watching that you guys watched? If you're watching Zari acting a fool and you're still out there supporting this rubbish, then, something is wrong. Zari said, do you know he has a girlfriend? Fanta said, do you know how many men I'm dating? Tell her, disclaimer, this is not my thing, okay? This one was just seeking for any kind of response from Fanta. And I was loving the responses that Fanta was giving her. At this point, Fanta said that Diamond had already told her that Zari has a problem every time he's with another person. Zari was like, that's a lie. But just know that when Zari steps in the room, it's not going to be about you anymore. Nah. Zari just pissed me off. Fanta is not even in a relationship with this guy. Of course, I can tell, Fanta is the woman version of Diamond. And she owns it. African city boy and city girl presidents. That's what they are. Okay. So why is Zari having headache over this nonsense? Louis jumped into the conversation. He was like, but it would be better if Fanta is not seen as another Diamond's thing. She should focus on her music, She should not be another girl in Diamond's list. And let me just put it out there that I agree with Louis. And if you don't agree with me on this, that's fine. You can tell me what you think, without attacking me like Bonang did, okay? Please don't attack me like Bonang attacked Louis. Jokes apart, what Bonang did afterwards it was wrong. She literally flared up and was like, what do you mean? Do you think it's only men that have lists? I have my own list of men that I will use and dump. Women have lists too. Don't ever depreciate women like that. According to whose standard? Bonang, according to decency, according to morals, according to respecting one's body, be it male or female, okay? You're the one who is depreciating women with this line of conversation. Trust me, this is not feminism. She went on with insulting Louis and calling him desert boy. That was so wrong. And I'm calling Bonang out. Yeah. I'm calling Bonang out. She's not going to see this. But Bonang, you're wrong. Okay? And trust me, I understand what it looks like coming from Louis. But he didn't deserve how Bonang came down on him. Louis said he does not want Fanta to be attached to some sex scandal. Bonang said, which sex scandal?
Which sex scandal?
Well done, Hunty. Well done. She was really pissed. Come to find out that she was pissed that Louis lied about her. So she was literally transferring that aggression, but to the same person, of course. To me, it's still not an excuse. Come think of it, Louis didn't even lie. It was Swanky that lied. So all of this aggression was for nothing. If only she took the time to listen to Louis to find out that, okay, Louis didn't really say that. I thought she actually understood what Louis said when she said, oh, so it wasn't my fault. When you finally get to meet your celebrity crush and then they act out and say something crazy and you're like asking yourself, why did I even like this person in the first place? It happens all the time, Yeah, it happened with Two-Face too. At that point when Two-Face was saying all those things, you needed to see Andile's face. Andile couldn't believe it. He wanted it to not be true. So yeah, this dinner turned into a whole war, okay? Bonang came with ammunition. Bonang said Louis lied. Louis said about what? Louis, to the best of my understanding, okay, I feel like Louis didn't lie. But she kept saying, you lied. I'm beginning to think, like, what else did Swanky say to Bonang that we didn't hear? Because why is Bonang so riled up like this? It doesn't look like it's just about the flowers, Louis never said Bonang was unprofessional. Why does she keep referring to that? This episode drained me. Like, Bonang went out of line. She went out of line so many times, Please let me know what you think about this episode and how it all ended, okay? I would love to hear from you guys. Thank you so much for watching this episode. Ended right here. Guys, don't forget to subscribe, okay? Subscribe is free. Just click on that red subscribe button and that's it. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you soon.